Hey, 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 it's Kurt the Boat Doctor. Getting ready to run another boat out. We got a ton to run, I'll tell you. Got that one I got to run out when they get done with that, the 25 Ultra. We sell a lot of stabicrafts, as you can see here. 22, 25s are the most popular. I like the 2152, that's a great boat. Anyway, Big Jim here, pretty clean. See, you got a little back, got a little dirt there, but that's okay. 2250 Ultra walk through. You got grab handles up there, that's to grab your window and pull it back when you're closing it up. Window flips out, the door flips down, you can step without bunking your head, get out the front, self bailing. Yet, I ain't saying it can't happen, but as of yet, I have never taken water into that bow of the boat of one of these stabies. Same thing with an edge. 2 5/16" ball. You got chains, cross them, brake fluids up under there. You got a 5 flat on the wires. I'm going to use my adapter that I got in here. Hey, Big Jim, permission to open? Yeah, there you go, thank you. Heater, gotta have a heater. Life jackets, yes, gotta have those. So for right now, I'll just put this here because I gotta hook it up to there. Now, if it was me, this double roller BS, get rid of it. I would actually maybe swing this thing down, raise this thing up, and just use one roller. Because what happens to this, I don't know if this is a trailer that's gonna go on to. It seems a little big to me. For adjustments, because in theory the boat needs to go back and then you don't have the adjustment there, so I think this is just temporary. You got your pre-flexed. The more bends you got, the stronger this is going to be. And then you got this arrow design that goes like this, shoots that water out and down, instead of, if you just have a bow that goes like this, the water will shoot straight back and inside. You got the top, that's nice too. Just added protection, the shield they put up here, so the water you do get is going to hit that. But you've got between this, this and that, that's what I'm saying, the odds of getting water, and the water is going to go like this and shoot down. So very important. You got the low rails, which I like, versus, see, these were the high rails right there. That makes your visibility a lot stronger, still gives you depth. You got the Sharky here, the down turn on the anchor pulpit, which you want because it helps. If you just have one that's straight out, sometimes you have to help the anchor down. With this, you don't. You release it, the weight of the anchor pops down because it's already at an angle. The plow anchor is good. It's got the ladder, so if you want to beach it, you can get in through the bow. A lot of boats you couldn't, it'd be too deep. You need a ladder, so there you go. You got your strakes, lifting strakes they call them, to help lift the boat. Yes, it may do that. Also, it helps the tracking. Same thing with this arrow design. Granted, the boat's there, but you got this G3 tubing right here. And see how it tilts down like this? It gets all the way back. That's what keeps these stable. A lot of them on these reverse chines, instead of doing this, they go like this. They still work, but these work better. And with this, you can spin it, you can back up. You'll never have that wall of water like boom, that takes water over the back. This has got the arrow design. Got a heater, so I'm going to stop back. I would use kerosene if it was you, if me, I guess. Kerosene doesn't break down like diesel does. And they're finding out that they do the diesel just because you can get diesel at the gas station. You can get kerosene at any, like Ace Hardware, anywhere like that. Get the 5-gallon thing. It doesn't, kerosene lasts longer too, but you don't have to worry about it gumming up your heaters. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of diesel in it to test it, but let that diesel go down to where you got about that much left in it, then fill it up with kerosene. I would just recommend using kerosene. You got your smoked windows, really nice, short. They make them not as high. That way you can have the window open like a car and not get that rain just coming inside that window, or the wind. So that's really neat. And you got your angled side windows, so you got complete visibility on this boat. Plus having that front window open, you can just, and having these rails pop down. These are a cool boat, especially if you're in Alaska hunting up there. You had to beach it and throw your game in the front. You can do it. Ladder, trim tabs, put in your chambers. So you must have 3 chambers, the front live ring and the side. Again, your G3 tubing here on your reverse. Helps the water come back here, angled like this. So when you're backing up, that water hits here, comes off here, and makes it so you can spin it. And I'll show you on the water demo. Got the 250 with the 4.2 gear case, so you can run stainless. The gear cases, they're a lot tougher gear case then the 3.6s and stuff, 2.86 right in there. So these, I don't mind stainless. They can take the, because on stainless they don't give. I mean, so stainless will give you a little bit more vibration than aluminum, but if you look at the saltwater 2, which I think, yep, you can almost tell. See how thick it is right here, and then how sharp it gets right here and thin. Yeah, these saltwater 2s are excellent. They're on certain boats, they can pick you up 5 to 10 miles an hour. Props do make a difference, and this is the one I would recommend for your Yamahas. They did all their testing. Looks like they put a bait kit on here, right here, so to make it an extra long shaft. Made a large kicker bracket, that makes it nice as well, because now you can put a T25 no problem. These are to get to the lower bolt holes. If you went twins, you could get through these. On the other boats, they have their bilge pumps and pumps down here, so you can actually open those up and get to them easier. This ain't the case, because there's on the inside. You got your rear deck steering for your main hydraulic steering. Very nice cleat, but again, one of these days they'll figure it out. But over there in New Zealand, they just trailer launch. There is no ramp, they just dump it in. You better drive it up and they take off. But they do really need a cleat. I would say here's the bend right about here, because you can get out the window and pull your bumper back in. But get a pop-up cleat. You can go through here, that's okay. Get the high grade pop-up. Good welds. You got stainless prop shaft, drive shaft, 2 coats of clear, 2 coats of primer, freshwater flush. Now on these, do not start the motor. You undo this. This is just a stop. So hook your water, full force on the water, only when the motor's warm. If you touch this and it's warm, good. If the water coming out the P-tube over here, yeah, right here, if that's lukewarm, that means it's warm. But that water comes out cool, this is cool, don't even bother that. Put your earmuffs there. If you don't have the bullet type that goes up over here to put water in here, you should have that one and this one. But if you don't, plug this with some duct tape, just tape that real quick, and then use this full force. And if, say at your house, you gotta let these run for about 30 seconds before they'll pee water out, these V6s. So if you don't get it, you can rev the motor, you go womp womp real quick, and if it still doesn't, that means you probably don't have the water pressure. Go somewhere that you know you got water pressure. Then if it doesn't, go to some water, back it in. If it pees water, that means at the water, that means that you don't have the pressure at your house. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, broken tail light, but again, I don't think this trailer is going with this boat. Pop up here. That's what these holes are for there, is if you ran twins. Stainless pole holders, cup holders everywhere. Tackle, stainless. Got right here rod holders. And if you wanted to get creative on here and here, you could actually make down at one of these aluminum fab places, make it raise up, put a big log bar with your hookup lines, your line hookups, the little eyelets, zam, for your hand lines for tuna. If you don't want it, just pull it on out of there. And you can actually, if you build it so high, you could actually make an adapter too for fillet, but you can do that right here, cutting board. This has got a bait box. That's your shut off for the bait box. So if you have that like this, water's gonna come in. You have this, you can be doing 40 and no water will get in here, except for rainwater. Flip up, worst down hose. Then you can pull this, then pull this. When you're doing it, pull out. Because if you don't do that, then you're gonna have to do it with 2 hands. Battery switch, your ACR. You got fuel valves right there, they're blue, that need to be all the way up. You got your battery, 2 of them. Then here, just push on this again, push this, there you go, locks. Someone did an Isotech cooler, diamond plate floor, deck lights, rocket launchers, your diesel, which you can look back here. So you don't have to take that cap off. You can see if there's any fluid in there, or diesel or kerosene, which I would use kerosene, but I'm going to put a gallon of diesel, you know, just to test it, because we don't have no kerosene here. But anyway, that's why they use diesel, because you can get it everywhere, I guess, but I would still say kerosene. But you can check how much you got in through this peekapoo hole. They added this later. Got your bench seat with storage. Now this is a double seat. So, and I think that's the adapter plate. So there is no holes here. And I presume you can go through here because your chambers are there, and that's so. I don't know if he's gonna run that as a removable for the rear deck, or he's gonna use it for a fighting chair, is what I'm thinking. He maybe puts, he's gotta be careful where he puts because the gas tank's there, but maybe he wants to use it for Marlin. And then you can put it right there and use it as a fighting chair. I don't see it going up in the front, but hey, maybe it will. You got your sliders, swivels, pocket back here. Got your heater control there, grab handles, storage up there if you want. Your top, I'll show you how that works. You got USB 12-volt cup holder. This is kind of nice for a footrest. You want it into a bed. If you go sideways, you can fold it down. And again, anywhere where those bands are, it makes it super tough. Then you just go like this. That gives you some non-skid storage up underneath there. Cup holder for the driver. And then you got your DEC controls, and I'll show you that. It's got the trim assist on it, trim tabs, key switch. I'll show you all these when I get out. You got your windlass, hydraulic fluid. Here's if you need to get the air out. You got your lights here. Then if you want to get out, you go like this, drop that down. Make sure these are pulled out. You can see this slot, there's a little pin there. Those are out. Then you can actually pull this up. You can actually go like this.